Yo, yo, yo. Peace to the gods. I see you guys. Yeah. Anyway, my name is Solar Moray. If you don't know who I am, I'm a master astrologer. I'm an entrepreneur, a producer, engineer. I write, record music. I'm just so much beyond an artist. I like to teach. I run a school, an astral school, everything. And I'm a father. I have a beautiful family that I'm thankful for every day. Now, in today's video, noticing everybody's feeling very spiritual. And we've got this full moon in Pisces coming up tomorrow. I wonder, that's when this video is being made. It makes me think about a few things. I'm just trying to get away from all the cars and the noise. I like to walk outside and make these videos to stream. So here are the cliff notes for this video. Noticing this Saturday, heightened essence of awareness to change and spirituality. Let's talk about Saturn. Let us talk about Saturn. And we talk about relationships a lot. We talk about money, making money, jobs, careers, purpose. We talk about changing the mind and your perspectives on things. Trying to take what seems like negative things and trying to find a way to look at them in positive ways, right? So one of the first ways in which we're going to encounter blockages in our lives for a long period of our lives, and it's going to teach us many lessons, is Saturn. These things everything affects everything. Everything is interconnected. So because everything is interconnected, everything affects everything. So although we could say the North Node is the most important part, it's kind of irrelevant to talk about it if we don't understand how it connects to everything else about you. We could talk about what good is having a purpose if you have no Mars to take action on it. You are a complete system. And so you have to understand yourself in all dimensions of yourself. Saturn is one of these. Saturn is showing you a couple things. Saturn is trying to show, people will largely relate it to karma. They relate it to karma, and it's as if the first 30 years of your life, there's something that's going to be restricted from you, held back from you. Like the energy of Saturn is the blockage, is the word no. It's the word no in every sense, because Saturn represents discipline. Discipline. Saturn represents Capricorn, which is fame, how the world sees you, the highest point in astrology. Capricorn, climbing to the top of the heights, putting in all that work, and getting noticed for all of that work. Capricorn energy, the brand name. When we consider all of these factors of Saturn, I just made it seem good rather than a blockage. You see, Saturn has a lot to do with deconstructing yourself and rebuilding yourself with intention. Saturn has a lot to do with the word no. This is in every way K-N-O-W and also N-O. You see, when you know something, when you know better, you now have the ability to do better. So I love how that word no exists. You can say no to things because you know better. So discipline is always going to be closely related to success. Always. Because this is a person who has direction. This is a person with a vision who knows what they want to do in the world. And since this is earth energy, it's practical. It's happening. You're going to experience it here in a physical plane. So these blockages, you're going to experience them in all kinds of situations. Let's use an example. I have Saturn in Pisces, and we're in Saturn return for Pisces for me right now. So I'm in my Saturn return. Beautiful time. When things get really good. Saturn return in Pisces would mean a person who grew up with a Saturn in Pisces may have doubted their abilities, may have doubted their spiritual connection, acknowledgement to spirituality. They may have been forced into certain belief systems that distorted how they viewed reality and put them into a generational curse timeline of themselves. And it's very dangerous. Saturn shows up as karma a lot And we experience it in the first 30 years. So from when you're a baby to when you're about 28, 30 years old, will you ever start to see this energy really lighten up? And this is so true. I mean, I was raised as a Jehovah's Witness. I had a religion forced upon me I didn't understand. I was forced to look at the world through it, that I didn't even understand what they're trying to get me to see. While I'm already seeing things for how they are, I'm already hearing things, seeing things. I remember people have imaginary friends where I had like a guardian. Like whenever I had to cross the street and I was a kid, a woman named Kelly, she'll come and grab my hand, she'll help me cross the street. And I remember her. I remember her to detail. And I remember because it didn't feel like a figment of my imagination. It felt like protection. You know? So I always remember that energy. But Pisces, if I was to go and tell anybody what I saw, what I experienced, I would be crazy. They would call me crazy. And I would get a lot of negative responses towards that spiritual insight, spiritual information, and speaking about what's beyond the physical realm, or what's the point of it all, speaking from a soul point of view. My dreams have always been very lucid dreams. But the thing is, dealing with these things and talking about these things cause a lot of turmoil and trauma and situations where relationships were destroyed, bonds were destroyed left and right because of what I want to do versus what they want me to do. You know, I have no identity, and I like my identity. So this all comes with Saturn Pisces. It's a whole group, a lot of people who go through this, but the house will tell you the details of it. Mine is in the 10th house. So it's what the whole world sees. So what had recently ended for me with Saturn and Pisces, right, energy, and this is good to talk about for me as an example because this is the current transit. This is what we're currently going through. And when this video is being made, this was currently going on. So 10th house is how everybody knows you, what we spoke about. So my Saturn is in the 10th house. It's a rulership placement. So I did achieve high notoriety. I did get a lot of views. There was a lot of follows and a lot of views for a lot of spiritual conversations. What would we do? We would go live every day. We would travel to different countries. We would do all kind of cool stuff. Airbnbs, all kind of events and fun stuff. We would just stream live all day, every day. Very successful. But what ended up happening was, even though the whole world saw this and the whole world was a part of it with us, what ended up happening next was the people who I was doing this with, they ended up switching the programs around. They ended up doing certain things where everything went really bad and the whole world saw it, and it destroyed my reputation for so long. To me, it showed me like I was been wrong for 28 years. I've been doing the wrong thing. I've been selling myself short. I didn't believe in myself. So all this whole time, I didn't believe in myself, and it's almost like I needed someone else to teach me and to affirm that what I do know about myself, what I am feeling about myself, is valid. Because from what I'm being told, I'm already wrong because I'm going against from what they wanted to indoctrinate me in. So I'm already wrong for going against the grain. You know, this is all Saturn and Pisces energy. So now that that's over, and I'm in my Saturn return, and since the door is being closed for 28 to 30 years, the door's open. I am free of all of those situations completely. The way in which I feel and move and think, I have absolute spiritual sovereignty. I have sovereignty in all dimensions. There's things I could not see back then that are so obvious to me today. Things have changed. And this is how Saturn will work. So now, instead of me being afraid to go online because of how people may view me, instead of being afraid to speak on spiritual concepts or use my abilities to channel, like this whole video has just been channeled. I never really think about what I'm going to say. It just comes to me and I just listen. I just go with it, you know. But I take care of myself. When you're a channel, what you do is you got to take care of yourself in every way. I can't just go around selling my body, selling my time and energy and entertainment for people, just to be entertain you guys. I can't do that. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to miss out on that bag. So what I do as I'm at a dog park, what I actually do is I work on myself, heal myself, build myself, apply my own knowledge to my own life. And I put myself in a better position, not just in one area, but all areas. So be careful when you look at people and try to judge them and see if they're successful or if they're doing the right thing or if they're putting in that work, because there are so many dimensions to do it in. For some people, making money easy. For some people, it's hard. For some people, discipline is easy. For others, it's hard. For me, it's easy. You know, it's like a switch. It's like whenever I want it on, I can just turn it on. It's fun, and I like it, and it allows me to be authentic because I know who I am. I can say no to what I am not. That wasn't always there. So if you were to look at your Saturn placement and see what it says about you from the house and whatever sign it's in, we will be able to see what's been blocking you. And depending on your age, if you're 1 to 30 or 1 to 33, you've been blocked this whole time. And by the time you get to 28 to about 33, the opportunities for that to be alleviated is there. And by the time you're after 33, and if you didn't take advantage of this situation, you're going to find yourself being locked into a karmic cycle again. So study your Saturn, know your Saturn, so you can pass your Saturn return. And when your Saturn return comes around, you can be alleviated from these toxic cycles that have been holding you down for your entire life. It is such an amazing opportunity. And we're here at this time now. So I wanted to share this video, and I wanted you guys to get an understanding on Saturn energy. Okay? Maybe we'll do a bunch of these, and we'll clarify each energy throughout the days, you know, assigning them to their days. But I wanted this to be there. I use me as an example when we're talking about Saturn and Pisces, which is the current transit as we speak. Doing this video right now, September 6th of 2025. So with that being said, I love you guys. Peace to the kings, queens, gods, emperors, empresses. You know what I mean? Y'all hold it down, keep it up, like, share, subscribe, and feel free to book with me if you want to understand this stuff for yourself. You want extra insight. You know, I have a number of things available, but I have music, everything's there. Just click on the links. If you want to talk to me one-on-one, just hit me up. All right? Love you guys, okay? Hold it down, but keep it up. Peace.